Perfect that his parents were able to make the conference championships, but I have to think that there's more than just those two family members. Probably lots of friends supporting him back home as well. All right, we're going to leave the pool for a minute and go over to the diving well, where William from Cincinnati is our first of 8 competitors here in the men's 1 meter dive. Our favorite is SMU freshman Parker Hardigree, who won yesterday with a really impressive showing on the men's 3 meter diving board. And he dove 296.6 here this morning to take the top seed.
Yeah, and Parker coming back from some injury problems all year long, really showed his toughness and grittiness to be able to pull that win out last night. And here he is again, probably a little bit sore from that back injury, but you know, he's got to be feeling pretty good having that
East Carolina University,
being able to see everybody dive before him and he being in that 8th spot.
Tori Wagner, 45.5 in his first dive for Yukon. Devin Nugent dove pretty well yesterday, and he'll compete his first dive on the 1 meter board. Again, this is our only diving competition. The ladies will not compete in diving events here on what I guess today would be Thursday, right? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. This is day 2.
403B.
Good dive by Nugent, gets a 50.7 as Cincinnati's Dylan Porter steps up here.
You'll see an inward 1.5 here. Looked good, came over the top a little bit, but really nice entry.
5.5,
43.2.
Next up, the University of Connecticut, Kyle Kennedy.
All right, here comes Kyle Kennedy from Yukon. He also competed in yesterday's finals. Tough dive for Kyle. Looked like he nailed it pretty well.
Yeah, it was a really good-looking dive in the air. Was a little bit short of vertical coming home, so we're going to take off a little bit for that, but 48.1.
Next
Kyle
up,
finished 4th yesterday. Just missed the podium. Devin Nugent, who I mentioned earlier, was the runner-up to Mr. Hardigree. And here's Louis Hunt, who finished 3rd yesterday, bronze medalist from Cincinnati. A lot of action, not a lot of time to get your body in the right position with such a short, quick dive. Hunt starts with a 42.9.
Next up, East Carolina University.
Yeah, didn't get all the way rotated, as you can see. He's a little bit crooked on the way in. So that's a little bit of why they took off a few of those points.
East Carolina's Luke Stivers. Very well done. He had a great morning and a good start for him. 54.6 from Mr. Stivers. And now it's to Parker Hardigree.
Final diver for round 1 from SMU.
Great dive
Parker
there.
Hardigree.
Anytime you can see that board lit up with a bunch of 7s or higher, it's always a good dive.
Parker's best score this year was a 308.0. Beautiful. 308.0 is good enough for the zone qualifying on the 1 meter board, and he starts with a 48.1. Parker finds himself
round 1, beginning round
time for 3rd place. Everybody behind East Carolina's Luke Stivers.
Yeah, missed this hurdle a little bit there, recovered really well and put one down.
All right, in case you're not familiar or you're just a casual fan, the way this works here in the American Athletic Conference, they have everybody competed prelims this morning and dwindle their field down to the top 8. And then those 8 divers will all do 6 dives again. It's a 6 dive total that will give you a final score. Williams started 46.8. Now he goes 48.1.
6.56. Tori,
yeah, moving in the right direction. Really nice looking dive here. Came through nice.
Of course, SMU has taken every single 1 meter and 3 meter diving championship. Devin Burnett swept them in 14 and 15. And then the All-American Bryce Klein, whose younger brother now swimming at SMU, obviously.
6.5, 7.5,
Bryce Klein, an All-American diver and a 6-time conference champion the last 3 years.
203B.
42.9 for Ucon's Tori Wagner. And here comes Devin Nugent.
Great dive there. Kicked out just a smidge early.
Awards
Take off a little bit for that.
7.5,
But still really nice dive.
6.5,
7s and 6s across the board.
Dylan, 105C.
Nugent 97.85 at the moment, so he's in pretty good shape. Dylan Porter from Cincinnati. Beautifully executed dive.
Beautiful, yeah. Entry was terrific.
Awards,
Saved it a little bit
7.5,
off that board.
6.5.
We'll see what the judges give him.
50.4, one of the better dives we've seen so far through the first round and a half.
Absolutely, and you know, when you have a guy like Parker Hardigree coming off of a win, you got a lot of guys chasing him. It's going to be hard for him to stay on the top. They're putting a lot of pressure on him early.
Kyle Kennedy, pretty well done. I didn't think he rode the board all that well, but still put down a good dive. 46.8. 6 is across.
105B.
Yeah, he was kind of leaning forward as he took off, which is why he kind of shot out a little bit. Didn't get the verticality that you like to see on these dives.
All right, Louis Hunt from Cincinnati. Beautiful.
And the same dive that Kyle did just before that. This should score
5.5,
well.
5.5,
2.9.
5.5, 5.5.
It's fun when you see a lot of good
Luke,
dives in a row.
203B.
Because then it, I would think, as a diver, it kind of jazzes you up, no?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the competition is just a little bit more interesting, puts a little bit of pressure on it, and it's always really fun to see how these guys handle that sort of pressure. Everybody in the arena right now and in the natatorium is watching just them, and you know, it's kind of like golf a little bit, right? Where you got to hit that putt just right, and it's kind of like that, where you just got to hit that dive just right.
Now that's something I can identify with.
There you go.
Awards.
Luke Stivers started 54.6.
6.5.
And he's awarded 47.15.
7.5,
7.5, the highest score of the 5 judges. Well done by Stivers. He's off to a really good start. 101.75. We'll see what Parker Hardigree can do. Hardigree needs at least 53 points to take over first place here.
Beautiful, beautiful dive there. Inward 1.5, lower DD of 2.4, but scored really well at 51.6, 7s and 7.5 across the board.
Beginning round
Nothing
number
wrong with
3.
that at all. They find himself just 2
203B.
points into second place. So Luke Stivers from East Carolina right now out front. Again, Stivers and Hardigree both were clear cut. I guess Louis Hunt had a decent morning as well at 286. But it really felt like Hardigree and Stivers, most of the prelims, were the 2 favorites. Here comes William, his 3rd of 6 dives. William found himself in 4th place the first 2 rounds. We'll get to 34.5 there.
Yeah, it came over a little bit. You saw that
Tory,
kind of big splash at the end there.
54D.
Kicked out a little bit late and went a little bit past vertical on the entry.
Tori Wagner from Yukon up next.
A lot of
Awards,
twisting there, 2 full twists there during that dive.
5.5,
really
6.
hard to spot coming off
Devin,
of 1 meter,
303B.
46.8.
Yeah, that's an incredibly difficult dive on a 1 meter diving board for sure. Here comes Devin Nugent, again yesterday's runner-up on the 3 meter.
Yeah, great looking dive. Nice reverse there. Was a little far from the board, but still really nice looking dive.
5.5, 6, 7, 6. Dylan, 51.34D.
Dylan Porter of the Bearcats. What kind of pressure might he be able to put on here? Porter needs a good dive. Excellent.
That looked good to me.
Awards. 6.5, 6.5.
All right, 49.4.
Kyle, 303B.
And with the University of Cincinnati having 3 divers as well in the top 8, really setting themselves apart here tonight as sort of the leaders going into this championship.
Kyle Kennedy from Connecticut.
Awards. 6'6", 5.5, 6'6".
43.2. It's a
Louis,
decent award.
403B.
Yeah, good looking dive. Feet were a little bit apart there on the entry as you saw, and in the air.
Louis Hunt, young man from Kentucky, went to Covington Catholic High School. Not terribly far from UC. Oh, exquisite.
Awards.
Excellent dive there.
6,
He'll
7,
be happy with
6.5, 6.5,
5.6.
Luke, 303B.
Have a high degree of difficulty, but the judges are impressed. All right, time for Luke, who is our leader, freshman from East Carolina. Magnificent effort from Luke Stivers. A little deep, but nevertheless, his entry perfect.
5.5, 6, 6.56.
Give him a 42.
Parker,
Seems like a tough award.
203B.
Yeah, a little tough. You know, you could see that direction kind of shooting him off out over the water a little bit. Hurdle wasn't what he wanted, but we'll see if he can bounce back and put some more pressure on Parker as we go into those last 3 rounds.
So Hardigree, the door open for him. He just needs 44 points to take over first place.
That should do it.
Awards, 7.5, 6.5.
Nice dive by Hardigree. They give him 48.3. So halfway home, Parker Hardigree now has slightly more than a 4-point cushion in the men's 1-meter springboard diving championship. "24 dives down, 24 to come."
Great looking dive there. It came over the top a little bit and a little bit of a splash on the entry, which is why you saw those 5.5s. But nice job in there.
403B.
So Staubitz up to 169. Here comes Tori from Yukon. Attempting dive 403B.
Yeah, inward 1.5 here. Really nice job there. Stuck it nicely. Had good press on that board. Shot him up nice.
6.57.
Of course, it's so cool for these guys to compete here, given the Olympic trials that have been held here most recently in 2016.
Oh yeah, if you're a diving champion and I'm sorry, a diving athlete, and you're in this environment, and you see guys like David Badaya written on the board that you're diving on right in front of you, it's a pretty special place.
Well, especially cool when you're diving like Devin is here, and you're doing so facing that wall with
5.5,
basically
6.5,
just over 100 names on that wall.
303B.
Guys and then gals on the other side of the platform that have competed for the United States Olympic teams.
Yeah, we talked about it a lot yesterday about how special this building is to aquatics in general, swimming, diving, water polo, synchronized swimming, and alike. So really neat for these athletes to be competing.
4.55. Kyle, 203B.
Dylan Porter there, 33.6. Not what he wanted. Came a little over the top. You saw that big splash at the end there.
203B for Kyle Kennedy, 1.5 somersault pike. He put it down. He almost clipped the board, but clearly
it was a little short there. They're gonna take off for that for sure.
6.5,
nice looking dive.
5.7. Louis, 203B.
All right, now your top 3 qualifiers from this morning. Louis Hunt, 4th dive coming for him. I think that was his best dive of the night.
Yeah, he's going to be happy with that.
Awards 7, 6.5, 6.5,
44.85 for Louis Hunt.
Luke, 403B.
It was his best dive of the night so far. Time for our runner-up right now. Luke led after the first 2 rounds, but in 2nd place entering the 4th round.
Yeah, and you'll see another inward 1.5 here. A lot of athletes throwing this dive in this round. probably executed it the best overall. We'll see if he can top Tori's score 48.
7.5,
51.6 for Luke Stivers. Came on Parker Hardegreen.
305.
This is the highest degree of difficulty dive in the competition at 3.0. It's a reverse 2.5 somersault. So he's going to be turning towards the board after he takes off here. Wow, did a really nice job of saving that. Was definitely off-centered on that takeoff after his hurdle, but was able to tuck it through and put it down for a 60-point even score. That's by far the highest score of the evening so far.
When your middle three scores are 7, 6.5, 6.5, you got a 3.0 multiplier. Life is pretty good. Throws down a 60, and now he opens up a 13-point lead on Luke Stivers. So your leader through 4 rounds is Parker Hardegreen. No pressure, but SMU's never lost on the springboards. He's trying to uphold that as Will goes back into the water. He'll have one more dive
6.5,
after diving 40.7 there.
Tori, 303B.
Yeah, a smaller DD dive here, setting up his last round. Executed it well.
Glad to have you along tonight for day 2 of the American Athletic Conference Swimming and Diving Championships, alongside former Ohio State Buckeye and former professional swimmer Joel Melber and Brendan Gulick. Vince Egan down on the pool deck conducting our post-competition interviews.
6.5, 6, 6.5.
Uconn's Tory Wagner dives 46.8, his award. Pretty good scores for him.
51.
Yeah, he's having a solid day right now. His 3 best scores are his past 3 dives, so you know, he's finishing really strong.
Our only 2 swim events left to be contested are the 200-yard freestyle relays, and they will come up after the diving competition concludes.
Great dive there. A lot of twisting happening. It was a little short of vertical on the entry, but a really nice job scoring high at 48.
Dylan, 203B.
All right, Dylan Porter from Cincinnati.
He's going to want to have that one back a little bit over, a little bit past center, and so you see the lower scores there at 37.9.
Kyle, 403B.
All right, Kyle Kennedy, 403B. Inward 1.5 somersault pike coming up. Difficulty 2.4. Nicely done.
Yeah, really nice job there. Pike came separated a little bit there during his flip, but he'll be happy with the 46.8.
6.5.
Certainly keeps him part of the competition to try to get on the podium.
Now we have Louis Hunt up. Very relaxed dive, over-rotated as you can see on that entry, so he's not going to be happy with these scores.
4.5, 5, 4,
It was almost like he surprised himself. He got so vertical that it was hard to control his rotations.
Yeah, he was looking for that water. I think he thought he was a little bit closer than he was, and tried to put it down, but a little bit too much there at the end.
All right, Luke Stivers from East Carolina. Big kick.
Yeah, and a pretty dive. A lot of twisting, a lot of flipping on this dive. You know, I love watching that in the air, but wasn't able to quite put it down to the hands.
Parker, 53-33D.
All right, so Parker Hardegreen with his 5th dive coming up.
So this will be the same dive that we just saw. 1.5 flips, 1.5 twists, rotating back towards the board. Really beautiful dive there. Looks great in the air. He's going to be really happy with these scores.
7.5, 7,
and we see an 8.
Outstanding. First 8 we've seen all night.
That ends round number 5. Beginning our final round.
And here we are in the
diving,
final round.
6, William, 52-33D.
So we start the final rotation through. By the way, Luke Stivers, his best score of the year is 289.7. This morning he did 289.3. That's still within reach at 236.95 through 5 rounds, but he is a full 30 points behind Parker Hardigree here. Parker might be threatening his career best.
Awards. 5, 5, 5.5, 6, 5.5. Tori,
There's a replay of William
203B.
just shy of vertical there as he unfolded at the end of that dive. Needed just a little bit more height.
Tory Wagner, final dive for him. Wagner entered this round in 4th place.
Awards. 6, 5.5, 5.5.
He'll finish the
5,
competition
5.5.
267.95. That might be
52-35
tough for him to get on the podium.
Yeah, I think so. We have a lot of DD coming up, especially here. Devin, this is his highest DD dive at 2.9. We're going to see a back 1.5 with 2.5 twists.
Very difficult dive.
Not a lot of time to do all those twists and all that flip
Awards,
from
5.5,
1 meter up
6,
in the air.
6,
But
5.5,
good
5.5.
score at a 49.
49.3. Devin Nugent again yesterday was the runner-up in the men's 3-meter springboard dive. Will he be on the podium for the 2nd time this weekend? Dylan Porter. Really tight to the board.
Yeah, really nice job. Really nice job on the
Awards,
entry.
6,
Was a little bit
6,
off-centered on that
6.5,
entry, which is
6,
why it took
6.
off a little bit. But really nice
Kyle,
dive there.
52-33D.
Kyle's going to do the exact same dive here, representing University of Connecticut.
We only have 4 dives left.
Awards, 6, 6.
The awards
6,
are
6,
pretty
and
solid,
6.
45 total.
Louis, 52.
Devin Nugent still in the top spot right now with 3 divers left, so he's still got a chance to get on the podium. We'll see what Louis Hunt does. Hunt needs a huge dive here.
And with the high DD, he could pull something off here.
Hunt was a bronze medalist yesterday.
Again, he's not going to be happy with that. So hard to
Awards,
rotate 2.5
4.5,
times
4.5,
in that
5,
short amount of
4.5,
time. Wasn't quite to
4.5.
get everything around and wasn't quite
Luke,
vertical on that
52,
entry, as you can see
33D.
here. Kind of entering in that piked position there. You know, great effort.
All right, so 2 dives left. Luke Stivers and Parker Hardigree, which means Devin Nugent will find his way to the podium for ECU. Will Stivers join him in either 1st or 2nd? Stivers puts down a good number. Let's see what they give him.
Awards, 6.5, 6.5,
51.25. Great
7.
closing dive by Luke Stivers.
Our final diver,
And it puts some
men's
pressure on
1
Parker
meter
Hardigree.
championship. Parker, 52-33.
Parker only needs 22 points to win this competition, but Parker has bigger things in mind. He's looking for perhaps a new personal record. That should win it again for the
And
Mustangs.
closing it out is Parker with
What
a
a
7,
dominant performance
8,
again by
7.5,
Parker
7.5,
here. Really
8.
separating himself from the field significantly. And he did the same thing last night. It was a lot tighter.
That
on the
concludes our men's 1 meter
competition.
championship
And really,
diving.
he's
Thank you, divers.
separating
Judges
himself
will have
nicely
the
here.
awards
2
for
8s
our
for
divers
Hardigree.
momentarily.
324 his total award, which blows his personal record out of the water. And he easily wins the American Conference Championship on the 1-meter springboard. So Parker Hardigree, a 2-time champion here this weekend. 3:24 his final score.
And there's Parker, high fives all the way around.
SMU with their second championship of the day. Aaron Traha won the 50-yard freestyle earlier.
Yeah, when you're looking at these team scores, you know, SMU has a lot of ground to make up, and this is certainly going to help their cause.